All right, it's such a beautiful day here in September. I am going to step out into my garden and do my readings from the gazebo. You can see I'm all set up there. And I just thought I would take this moment to show you my little garden that I talk about quite often. I'd love to make that little shed my little tarot room. I think that would be cool. But I've got Jurassic Park happening this year. I don't know what it is, my green thumb or whatever, but everything is so overgrown. We're gonna have to do a lot of work to thin it out. My glads didn't do well this year at all. I think we had too much rain, and a lot of them just didn't send a flower stem, or it died off. I think it was just too much rain. Those are interesting sunflowers. And for those of you who haven't seen, so there's this little part of our backyard, and my mallow has just exploded. I've got to take that off before it seeds. A lot of things are already finished for the year. This thing we're getting trimmed. Honestly, this was like 3 sticks when we bought it 2 summers ago, and it's just exploded. But I want to show you back here, this little secret part back here, past the cedar. Look at this. So this is my little oak grove. So what happened is I put some acorns back here. Let's see if you can see how tall they are now. So I scattered some acorns back in this whole little V area. That's a little bleeding, white bleeding heart. I just planted that this year. And I thought, let's see if they grow or not. Well, the squirrel, who since has passed on, he gathered all the acorns, he must have, and just put them in one spot. Because 2 springs ago, my little oak grove, 2 springs ago, all of a sudden all these little sprouts started coming up in one little area. And he must have gathered them and put them away for the winter, because I just kind of scattered them in this whole back corner here. I thought, we'll see if one comes up, but no, he put them there. So that's my little secret oak grove. So this is their 2nd summer. Next summer we're gonna have to thin them out. Absolutely, we're gonna have to thin them out. We back onto a nice ravine, and then there's a bunch of little walking path there. There's a creek down there, and I'd just share this with you. So now I have to get back through the jungle to the gazebo there to get my readings done. Well, hello, my fabulous friends. So we are sitting outside on these last few days of summer in September, while everything is still green and the garden is old. It's aged out. All right. So we are going to use the Haunted House Tarot because a viewer and a follower on X sent me some really interesting information about Diana's mahogany box. So this mahogany box Diana had, and it was a locked mahogany box, and that's where she kept secret documents in. Not a lot of people knew about this mahogany box. I believe her sisters knew about this mahogany box. I believe she's told Sarah. This is the information that I have seen and I have read from a very reliable source, but I couldn't find anything else about it. So I have to be kind of careful. So this mahogany box had a lock on it, and there were things in there that were quite contradictory to things that happened within the royal family. Some legal things happened, and Diana had evidence stating otherwise. It's quite graphic. I'm not going to go into it. Let's just say it had to do with an assault, and then records then showed otherwise. Anyways, so that's the gist of it. Here's the interesting thing about this mahogany box, is that when Diana passed away, the Queen gave unprecedented well, she stood up for Paul Burrell, Diana's butler, that when they cleaned out her apartment, Paul has had a lot of Diana's things. And at one point, Sarah, Diana's sister, said, "Where is her mahogany box?" And Sarah knew that Diana had things in that mahogany box, like tape cassettes, like taped conversations, letters, documents, that kind of thing. There was some important information in this locked mahogany box. When the Spencers got Diana's things, Sarah was the one who noticed the mahogany box wasn't there. So she asked Paul Burrell, "Where is Diana's mahogany box?" And he was like, "Oh, okay, well, I didn't know you needed that." And they brought it over, and guess what? It was empty. Is this where Paul Burrell is getting all his information to write his new book about? Was there anything ever in this mahogany box? Was it a figment of Diana's imagination? So was the box, Sarah did say that the lock on the box was broken. So obviously somebody broke into this mahogany box. Was it Paul? Was it the royal family? Or was it just an idle threat that Diana had? You know, just the same as Megan has. Oh, I've got a diary. I've got the receipts. I didn't have to sign an NDA. Is that idle threat, or was it real? So let's find out what the haunted house can tell us about this mahogany box that Diana had. Is this actually a real story? And if so, was there something in it? And was it damaging to the royal family? And if there was something in it, who has it now? Or has it been destroyed? The mahogany box, Diana's mahogany box. What can you tell us? Shall we begin? Wow! Oh. The High Priestess. Secrets. Look at this. Also, this is the moon. And the moon, of course, is Diana. Diana was the big moon hunter. And also, she was a Cancerian, and moon was her ruling planet. Wow, right off the top, secrets. King of Swords in reverse. Somebody has that information. It's a man. King of Swords in reverse. A judge, a lawyer. Is it Paul Burrell? Knight of Cups, upright. Wow, 10 of Swords. That information could actually destroy somebody. Somebody made a decision. Somebody in the upper echelons made a decision to take that stuff. Because if this was presented, it would destroy somebody. It will never come out. Ace of Wands in reverse. There's definitely somebody wanted that information hidden, and then what was presented to the sisters was just butterflies, was nothing. This is definitely damaging information to a male. 8 of Swords upright. 5 of Wands upright. The Death. Does this have something to do with somebody's death? I believe that the person it was protecting, or it had something to do, I believe he died at age 44, and his cause of death, or his disease or whatever, was unknown. And apparently this information had to do with an assault. I don't know how Diana had the cassette of the recording of somebody's confession. Again, I couldn't find any more information on it to corroborate. I'm just telling you the person who has said the story is quite a reliable source, quite well respected. So this person, there was a court. Go ahead and I'll put the link to it down below. I just don't want to say some of the words on my channel. This information with this 10 of Swords and this death card here, this tells me he was pushed to his death. There's definitely some kind of struggle or some kind of NDA here. Interesting, the King of Swords also can be military, and this, I believe this person was military. King of Cups in reverse. Well, that's Charles. That's Charles. Four of Cups upright. I'm getting that not a lot of people put a lot into what that was. What was in the box. Diana may have been offered what will it take for us to get that information, and she wasn't interested. She wanted to keep, if you think these 3 cups are, she's keeping that information, then she may have been offered something for that information. This is definitely Charles, King of Cups in reverse. This is after their divorce. 5 of Swords in reverse. Okay, the issue has been put to bed. So even if they did find the information in that book or in that mahogany box, whether it was documents, cassette tapes, recordings, that kind of thing, it's a moot issue. It doesn't, the person who was involved has died. Diana has passed away. There was a court case and whatnot, but nobody's interested. So even if there was information in there, it doesn't matter. None of it would make any difference now. Now, do I see information in there? Well, we do have secrets, but we aren't getting, the only swords we have here is the 8 of Swords on top of the King of Swords, and the 5 of Swords is also in reverse, and that would tell me if this was upright, somebody has information that could really be damaging to somebody, but it's in reverse. So there's nobody to be damaged anymore. I'm not implying that Charles had anything to do with it. Charles may have known about what was in the box. Perhaps there was articles or papers or something about Charles in the box, but they couldn't do any damage anymore. Hanged Man in reverse. 2 of Pentacles upright. Okay, I'm thinking that, oh, and then we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Judgment in reverse. Pregnant with possibilities. There was some information in there that definitely, oh, wow. Somebody could have made a lot of money off of that information. And there's the Tower and the 7 of Swords. Okay, I think there is a lot of information that people can make money off of. Perhaps they write a book about it, whatnot. But there's nothing in there that would be damaging to anybody today. The Judgment is in reverse. I think after Diana's accident here, we have the Tower. This is more of a distraction. So this information has been released about this mahogany box that was locked, that the sisters got, that had nothing in it. There is information in there that was damaging, but no longer is. The players are, the main player has passed away. There is people who can make money off of this. Example, Paul Burrell. I'm not getting... maybe Paul does have the information here. The Knight of Wands in reverse. Because he wouldn't be a king, because he wasn't her king, but he was a knight, a servant, right? And Wands in reversed is somebody who takes something that, that's that wham bam, thank you ma'am. And sometimes I think that way of Paul, that, you know, he is still using her name to make money. So perhaps there is something in here that Paul can squeeze out another story or two. But we got the 5 of Swords in reverse, the 7 of Swords in reverse. I think that whatever's in there, it doesn't matter. It just simply doesn't matter. Time has healed all of that, or people have passed. Or maybe it's even at the point people wouldn't believe it. All right, so that's Diana's box. I think there was something in there at one point. There could have been a bit of blackmailing going on too with what was in that box. But yeah, I think even if they were to find it, it wouldn't really make a whole big difference. Oh, I guess the plane agrees with me. All right, thank you very much for watching. Please take good care. If you see any other interesting stories like this, be sure to pass them along. I love reading on things that the majority of us haven't heard before. And I definitely will put the link to that article down below. Bye for now.